The government expects to take in $2.649 billion in recurrent revenue in the 2018-2019 budget period, which will include more than $400 million in additional value-added tax (VAT) revenue owing to a hike in the tax from 7.5% to 12%. It expects to spend, on the recurrent side, $2.589 billion. Therefore, it expects to run a recurrent surplus, one of just 5 in some 20 years, of $60 million. On the capital side, it hopes to take in $2 million and expend $299 million, giving it a capital deficit of $237 million. Overall, the government expects to run a GFS deficit of $237 million, a 1.8% deficit. This additional $237 million will be added to the national debt, which will elevate it $7.397 billion, producing a debt-to-GDP ratio of 56.1%. Whether or not these numbers will hold up will have to be seen in about 12 months. This much is true: the acid test of this budget will not be its passage by the two houses of parliament, because that was a fait accompli, given the numbers the government has in those chambers. The real test will be if the results of it can so positively impact the people of this nation such that they are willing to simmer their feelings about the new increase in the VAT and certain fees. To this end, the performance of the government's ministers and their teams will matter most. In June 2019, perhaps earlier, people will be looking at the economy to see if it is performing better, meaning more jobs, better pay and more profitability for businesses that generate them. They will be asking if crime has been subdued sufficiently enough to make them feel safer. They will ask if education results, facilities, staff and student performance are better than they used to be. They will look for more hospital beds and a reliable supply of pharmaceuticals. They will look for better paved roads and public infrastructure. They will look for greater government efficiency and general services to them. This is a tall order, but this is the only thing that can reduce the level of challenge people have with rising taxes, not just in this country, but any country. These results will not come automatically or easily. They come from deliberate, intentional, strategic execution of a well-laid plan. It requires leadership that transcends the average, and that brings people together in ways that simply are extraordinary. Such requires inspiration and confidence in the leaders. This might seem a daunting challenge, and it is, but it is also a grand opportunity. Every government minister now has before him or her a massive mission, which should be embraced with great zeal. It will be for them to forget the next election, forget the to and fro about who cares and who does not. What is necessary is a continuous focus on the public of the Bahamas with a view to doing but one thing, delivering as much to them as can be delivered with the resources at each leader's disposal. It is not about sell or spin, but about performance. In the end, success will mean having to do less talking about what has been done for people than having them comment on what they are positively experiencing about what has been done for them. Can this be done? It surely can. And, truth be told, it needs to be done, because the country can use it. So now, let's see what will be. Givargo Owing is a Bahamian economic consultant and former cabinet minister who represented the Marcos City constituency in the House of Assembly.